afternoon, Your Honor. Rebecca Wareham for the State. Next matter is State versus Tyler Allen Lowfall, 22 CR 10908. This is time and place set for a hearing regarding a request to modify the no contact order that was submitted by the named victim in this case, Ms. Maciel Gala. Your Honor, in her request that was submitted to the court on the 21st of this month, she indicated that the reason for the request was that she needed to talk to the judge urgently regarding this matter, regardless of the outcome. It's a little unclear from that statement alone the basis for the request to modify the no contact order. The state is opposed, and I would be happy to expound on that.
All right. First, I'd like to hear from
Your Honor, my records indicate Ruben Medina represents the defendant in this case.
All right. Is it Ms. Gala?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Gala, you've indicated that you feel you need to talk to the judge urgently. Why, if you want to explain to me, what is it that you're asking the court to do?
I'm asking them to release him from custody, sir. I never wanted to press charges, and I never wanted the no contact order. He's been in jail for 3 months on some vendetta from the district attorney's office, which I don't understand, but it's gotten me into my own set of legal problems. So, Tyler's one of my friends, and he doesn't deserve to be in jail. And if I have to marry him right now to get him out of jail, I am more than happy to, sir, if you would perform that for us, so that we can now go on our honeymoon, because this office doesn't understand my request to not have him in jail for some reason. But I'm talking to her boss on Wednesday, so it's fine. But that's my request, sir.
Okay, thank you.
It's not necessary for me, sir, unless it's necessary for the court. I'm happy to walk out of here hand in hand with my fiancé. Yes, of course, sir. I apologize.
All right, thank you for waiting. Ms. Portlock, what's the state's position?
Your Honor, the state is opposed to any modification of the no contact order. This case resulted from an incident that happened on March 6th of 2022. According to police reports that were submitted to my office by the Westland Police Department, Ms. Gala's two teenage daughters, Teodora and Gabriana, went to the Westland Police Department asking for information about how to get a restraining order against Mr. Lofall. At the time, Mr. Lofall was living in the house with Ms. Gala and her children. And
listen, man, listen. That's out of order. I'm going to ask you not to interrupt anybody. Can you do that for me? Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead, Ms. Portlock.
The teenagers had returned home and saw Mr. Lofall essentially bear hugging Ms. Gallo from behind in the front yard. Ms. Lofall, according to her children's statement to police, was struggling against Mr. Lofall's grip, screaming for him to let her go. He was refusing to do so. The children got out of the car, yelled at him to let her go, at which point he finally did. They went to police, reported this incident, and they were informed that Ms. Gallo herself would need to make a report in order for any action to be taken. She did, in fact, go to the Westland Police Department and confirmed what her kids had reported. She indicated that she had been trying to get away from him, and she was holding a hose at that point, was trying to spray him to get away, but he wasn't letting her go. In contacting Mr. Lofall, Officer Gunnarsson, who investigated this incident, she was told by Mr. Lofall that he had indeed bear hugged Ms. Gallo from behind because she was spraying water on his windows and on some of his belongings that were outside, and that he had only let her go because the kids intervened. Mr. Lofall was held in custody for this matter for approximately a month. He was released on his own recognizance on April 12th of 2022 by Judge Weston. And at that hearing, he was expressly told that he was not allowed to have any contact with Ms. Gala and that he was not allowed to return to her residence under any circumstances. He promptly violated the court's order and now has 3 open contempt matters pending. With respect to the contempt case ending in, the contempt case 22 CN 01985, Ms. Gala had contacted police to report that Mr. Lofall had returned to her house in violation of the court's order on April 14th, and police were able to locate him. He admitted that he had left a letter at her residence, and then in that same vein, in case 22 CN 02711, Mr. Lofall again had had contact with Ms. Gala in violation of the no contact order. Ms. Gallo reported to Westland Police on April 15th that she had been contacted directly through third parties 3 times that day, that Mr. Lofall was in a ditch and needed her help to get out, and he had also requested that a doctor at Kaiser Sunnyside call her to let her know that he needed a ride from the hospital, and then he called her himself and left a voicemail saying he was in the hospital and needed to talk to her. Mr. Lofall was taken back into custody as a result of those 2 contempt matters. And while he was in custody, he has continued to violate the no contact order by having third-party contact with Ms. Gala, and that is contained in the contempt case 22 CN 02744, in which Mr. Lofall had contact with his mother on multiple occasions throughout the month of May, in which he communicated to his mother that he wanted to pass along a message to Ms. Gala to drop the no contact order. So, Your Honor, as you can see, the criminal case and these contempt matters are all still pending. The state is very concerned regarding the interference that Mr. Lofall has demonstrated in his complete disregard for court's orders with respect to no contact provisions that have been repeatedly communicated to him. For that reason, Your Honor, the state is opposing this modification of no contact order.
Thank you. Ms. Gallo, I'll give you the last word.
Yes, half of that was untrue, fabricated, and manipulated in a way that makes it seem like we are children that need to be babysat by the district attorney's office. I didn't understand how my love life garners so much attention. I appreciate it drastically. However, Your Honor, I'm a grown adult. Tyler is a grown adult. We have committed no crimes. I don't see why the district attorney's office is so interested in this situation, and I wish they would get their ass out of my life. I apologize, Your Honor.
All right. Well, there's obviously a lot going on here, and it's concerning that the defendant, Mr. Lofall, and it appears to be undisputed that he is unable or unwilling to follow court orders. That's concerns the court a great deal. I don't see any. I understand, Ms. Gallo, you've got some strong feelings against.
They took my children.
You just interrupted me again, man. So the motion is denied. Thank you.
Your Honor, may I add something?
So we're finished, sir. Thank you. And it's probably better for you not to say anything because you're on the record. So thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.